You're being watched.
Police, stop!
Hosted by Sean Sticks Larkin.
You know you're on camera, right?
Welcome to Crime Cam 24/7. First up, we have a standoff between police and an unstable armed suspect. Problem is, while de-escalation tactics are a primary police procedure, they only work if the subject is willing to respond. And then, if all else fails, deadly force is a possibility. Please be advised, the footage in this story might be disturbing to some viewers.
Lancaster, California. Tuesday, February 6th, 2024, 3:45 a.m.
It's the wee morning hours at this convenience store located 70 miles north of Los Angeles, and this clerk is preparing to open for the day when a man walks up to the entrance and bashes it with a 2-foot-long machete. The man climbs through and heads straight towards the startled employee.
Wow! What the dude?
Look again. The suspect pulls the terrifying weapon over his shoulder and hacks at the clerk, severely lacerating her hand.
What the dude?
She runs off and makes her way to safety through the broken door before the deranged man can harm her any further. The suspect doesn't appear to steal anything or do any further damage before he leaves the empty store. The clerk notifies police and is taken to the hospital for treatment. Meanwhile, the assailant remains at large. Later that morning, an employee at a superstore nearby calls 911.
911, what's your emergency? I'm calling because there's a guy that walked in our store that a customer just reported had a machete in his backpack. I talked to one of my other managers, and they said that you guys were looking for him.
Police quickly arrive on the scene. The store employee who made the call updates police on the situation.
He's got a machete, it's in a case, but it's in his hand.
As the officer approaches the store, the suspect walks out through the front entrance.
Hey, what's up, buddy? Do me a favor, you set that down for me?
The officer points his firearm at the suspect and orders him to drop the weapon.
Set that down for me.
But the man does not comply.
I need you to set that down. Hey. Come on, man. Don't do this.
Undeterred, the suspect doubles down, pulling out another 2-foot-long machete. Now, here is where the de-escalation I mentioned comes into play. Facing not one, but 2 deadly weapons, the officer remains calm and attempts to connect with the suspect.
Please set your stuff down, man. What's your name?
Jonathan,
Jonathan. What's going on?
I'm tired of being persecuted.
So if you set that stuff down, I might be able to help
I'm
you.
not setting them down. These are my protection.
The man refuses to comply, so the officer lowers his weapon, attempting to de-escalate the situation further. The sirens from backup units can be heard. As they arrive, the man slowly backs towards the front entrance of the store.
Come on. Don't go in the store.
The officer takes out his taser as the man raises one of his machetes. Another officer, off camera, closes in with another less lethal option, a 40mm foam projectile.
Don't go in the store.
Come on, man.
40 up.
Come on.
40 up, 40 up, 40 up.
40 up is called out from another officer to make everyone aware that he has moved into position with 40mm foam projectiles just off camera. The lead officer deploys his taser.
Stop!
It has no apparent effect, so officers call for the 40 millimeter.
Let's leave!
Stop! Everybody get down!
You can see the projectile bounce off his coat, which acts as a protective shield. As he moves deeper into the store, the potential danger to innocent bystanders increases, and the officer swaps out the taser for his firearm.
Put your hands up! Everybody back up! Back up! Get out of there! You got it. It's a thick coat, man.
Still searching for a less lethal solution to this standoff, the officers strategize to try and work around the coat by tasing the man's open chest area.
You got a taser? Try and get him in the chest. Stop, man. Stop! In the chest, in the chest.
But the taser only angers the suspect, who has finally had enough.
Come on, man! Stop! Stop!
It's starting to piss me off!
Another angle from the store security camera shows the suspect charging at deputies with machete raised before he is shot multiple times. The suspect, 38-year-old Jonathan Scott Foster, was treated on the scene by officers and transported to the hospital where he later passed away. Both machetes were recovered from the scene, and thankfully, no one else in the store was injured.
Officers here tried to de-escalate and ran through what's known as the use of force continuum before having to take the suspect down. The officers did a great job working together with assignments: who was using taser, who was on 40 millimeter, and who maintained deadly force, not to mention verbalizing to customers to stay out of the area. Well done.
Prepare for more feeds. Brooklyn, New York. Friday, September 6th, 2024, 11:02 a.m.
This cell phone video, taken by a bystander on the streets of Brooklyn, shows a tow truck in the process of removing a pickup that's illegally parked in an industrial loading zone. The owner of the pickup gets out with an armful of his stuff, appearing to take what he needs before his truck gets towed. The view from the tow truck's rear dash cam shows the operator making some adjustments to make sure the pickup is secured. But before he can finish, he looks up to see the owner, who it seems has decided to change tactics and is about to go off in a full-blown fit of rage. Another bystander records the altercation as the two start to square off. When the tow operator won't back down, the enraged pickup owner makes his move. If he can't stop this guy from taking his truck, he'll just take them both. The tow operator wisely backs off to watch the brazen theft.
Give! Nobody's taking this truck from me.
The thief disregards the open door and the fact that it's his truck hanging on by a thread, a disastrous move that he's about to regret.
Oh my God! Oh my God! No! Wait up!
As he takes off, both the open door and front tire of the pickup crash into this parked car. The partially secured truck sideswipes a second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth parked car. Undeterred, the driver careens around the corner, ultimately flipping his truck off the tow that crashes into a seventh car right in front of an oncoming city bus. He continues on in the stolen tow truck, leaving the scene of the unbelievable crime. Astounded onlookers also capture the wild scene.
Bro! Oh my God! Oh my God! No! What the No!
Hearing the truck crash, the tow operator runs up the block to assess the damage.
Stole my truck.
That's crazy.
Call the police, man.
Yo.
An alarm blares from the demolished pickup as the shocked onlookers try to figure out what to do next.
That's crazy, yo. What the f*** was that?
The stolen tow truck continues on for another few blocks before the driver decides to abandon it. 3 days later, 55-year-old Russell Leosa was arrested and hit with multiple charges, including robbery, grand larceny auto, reckless endangerment, leaving the scene of an accident, and 11 counts of property damage. Leosa has pled not guilty, claiming that he thought the operator was attempting to rob his truck. He currently awaits trial.
Vero Beach, Florida. Thursday, March 14th, 2024, 4:03 p.m.
An Indian River County officer is attempting a traffic stop on this silver Mercedes-Benz SUV. The patrol vehicle's license plate reader has alerted the officer of 2 violations. 1, the owner has a suspended driver's license. And 2, the plates are registered to an entirely different vehicle, a green Nissan. The vehicle slows as it makes a turn and looks like it's about to stop, but instead, it takes off and the officer pursues.
Vehicle's fleeing north on 49th Ave.
Moments later, the SUV blows by a stop sign and another cop. Accelerating rapidly out of the side streets and onto a main road. Not long after, the SUV runs a red light, nearly colliding with a car in the process. Fearing for the safety of the public, the officer moves into position to perform a pit maneuver to stop the vehicle, but it won't be easy. Damn, let's see that again. The officer makes contact, but the SUV's bumper rips off before he can complete the maneuver, causing it to veer wildly out of control. The vehicle manages to avoid this truck, but accelerates into a ditch, popping the car up onto 2 wheels for a jaw-dropping moment, and somehow comes back down to all 4s before continuing on. The driver is not giving up, so the officer moves in to attempt another pit maneuver. But before he can make the move, the suspect runs out of road. With nowhere left to run, it comes to a stop in a field. The pursuing officer draws his firearm on the reckless driver, but gets no response. Other officers arrive on the scene to assist. Body cam on the lead officer shows him move in on the suspect, But this driver, who just took officers through such a dangerous chase, seems pretty relaxed about the situation. 36-year-old Nefertiti Dutz was arrested and charged with felony fleeing and eluding. It was determined that she was a habitual offender with multiple active suspensions on her license, which garnered her another charge of knowingly driving with a suspended license. She was sentenced to a year in prison. Fortunately, no one was injured during the incident.
Have you captured a crime on camera? Please send your videos and tips to crimecam247@lawnews.com. Prepare for more feeds.
Next up, an increase in gang violence has led the NYPD to make the issue a top priority. But despite increased efforts, officers can't be everywhere at once. So sometimes brave citizens are forced to step in to help avoid catastrophe.
Queens, New York. Friday, November 8th, 2024, 5:43 p.m.
It's a busy Friday night inside this popular barbershop in Queens, New York. But things are about to take a turn. Out in front of the store, two men in black hoodies rush towards the entrance. They're followed by a third man in a white hoodie, with his hand suspiciously concealed inside a bag. Check out this guy by the front door. He spots them through the glass and bolts. It looks like he may have had a run-in with these gang members before. They burst through the door and pursue him into the shop until this barber steps up, blocking their path. He tries to guide them towards the exit. When this man reaches into the bag carried by the man in the white hoodie, the defiant barber attempts to wrap him up as he tries to get by. A brave move, considering it's a pistol that's pulled from the bag. As the gunman is held back, his partner grabs the pistol from his hand. He marches towards his target off camera as employees and patrons like this young boy scramble for cover. He fires a shot, sending the barbershop into a panic. Turning towards the exit, the three assailants make a quick escape. Fortunately, the bullet missed its target, leaving a gaping hole in the back wall of the shop. Ironically enough, this chaotic scene erupted in the middle of NYPD's Operation Restore Roosevelt, a movement of increased policing attempting to restore order in the gang-infested area. Heroic barber Rafael Abreu was praised for his bravery in trying to stop the potential cold-blooded murder inside his shop. Police have yet to arrest any of the gang members responsible for the brazen attack.
Do you have information related to this incident? Please contact Crime Stoppers USA at 1-800-222-8477. Prepare for next feed.
Finally, in our last clip, a postal carrier makes an accidental delivery that these homeowners were definitely not expecting.
San Ramon, California. Thursday, April 19th, 2024, 12:31 p.m.
This is the view from a doorbell camera that's been activated by movement over here. We see a mailman behind the bushes, and his unoccupied mail truck Well, not so stationary. The mailman suddenly spots the problem and is able to get to his truck, but confuses the brake for the gas and delivers a blow to this parked car. Yikes! The runaway truck slams into the back of a white sedan. The mailman's clearly made a mistake, but being a respected civil servant, he'll of course do the right thing and leave a note for the owner of the car. Or not. The car that was hit belongs to the owner of the doorbell cam. When he gets home, he goes postal on his kids for the damage until he reviews the footage. The mailman at fault called it a day and retired immediately after the incident.
Well, I have to say, this episode really delivered. That's all for this edition of Crime Cam 24/7. I'm Sean Sticks Larkin. Thanks for watching.